I was so mad at him, you guys. You probably don't even understand. I was so mad at him. Hey guys, it's Colleen and I'm back again. I know that I said I would be uploading on Monday, but I just won't have any time on Monday, and I really want to start uploading 2 times a week. So if I'm not able to do it on Monday, I want to do it earlier so I'm able to upload it and have it ready for you guys, because yeah, I don't want to skip out and be a flake. So yeah, I'm doing it today. And today I wanted to tell you about the time that my boyfriend killed my hamster. And yes, this is a 100% true story, and I'm still very hurt about it. It's just that it was so long ago. I'm still a little bit emotional about it, but I probably won't cry. It's just it happened so long ago. But yeah, so let's get into it. I don't even know where to start. Let me give you a little bit of background on my relationship with this guy. We had only been together for about 3 months, and it was one of those relationships that I really shouldn't have been in because we just weren't right for each other. We're completely different people, and that doesn't make what he did okay, by the way. I just wanted to say, we probably shouldn't have been together in the first place. So, we decided one day that we wanted a pet together because we were in love and we thought we were going to be together forever, and it didn't turn out that way. Obviously, I'm not with this guy, and this is part of the reason why I'm not with this guy. So yeah, we just we decided one day, we were like, hey, let's get an animal, and it was a really spur of the moment thing, and I know that I should have researched it way more and found out a good first pet. So originally we were going to get a cat together, but it was going to be staying at his house because that was what we had decided. I have 2 dogs here, and they just don't do well with other animals other than dogs. I don't know why, but they don't. So I wasn't going to bring an animal into this house for fear of them not getting along. So we were going to leave it at his house, and he lives not even 5 minutes away from me. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I could drop by anytime and go see the animal, you know? So we were gonna get a cat, but his mom was allergic to cats, so that was out. And we were gonna get a dog, but dogs were a little bit out of our price range, because the cats were gonna be about $75 to adopt, and the dogs were going to be about $150 to adopt, and we just didn't have that much money at that time. So, oh, and yes, I did end up paying for this all on my own because he did not have a job. I know, I'm such an idiot. I should have been well, then obviously you're not responsible enough to have a pet because you don't even have a job. You're not even responsible enough to take care of yourself, let alone another thing, let alone an animal. So I probably should have, listened to my better instinct about that, but I didn't because we were just so young, you guys. I was 16. We were so stupid. We really were, especially me for, believing that this guy could actually take care of another animal while I wasn't there. So, we were okay, what else can we get besides a cat and a dog that can, stay at his house? So we ended up deciding on a guinea pig. We threw around the idea, or not a guinea pig, sorry, hamster. We threw around the idea of getting a guinea pig, but they're just, I don't know, they're a little bit bigger and messier, so I was okay, a hamster would probably be a good place to start. And I hear that guinea pigs are kind of hard to take care of, and everybody has a hamster, or everyone has had a hamster at least. When I was a kid, I had 4 hamsters, and my mom would keep buying them for me after they would die, and yeah, so it's just, and they don't really survive very long, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because they live in a cage their whole lives that they don't survive very long, but that's a whole different story on its own. So yeah, we decided to get a hamster. I don't know why I keep saying guinea pig. We decided to get a hamster, and so we went to the pet store, and yes, we just went to PetSmart, which is probably not a good idea in hindsight either. But yeah, so we went to PetSmart. We asked the guy as much as we could about hamsters, and he seemed very educated about hamsters, so we trusted him. And I'm not saying that this is his fault at all, because it's not. And, like, his death wasn't even really related to what the guy told us. What the guy told us was that hamsters can live together, but only for about 6 months, and then they start like outgrowing each other, and they start becoming very competitive. So really, after 6 months, you shouldn't, like, have a second hamster. You should only have one, or you should have them in separate cages. So we were gonna get 2, but then he told us that, and so we only ended up getting 1, which is good. I'm glad we did not get 2. So we got a hamster, and we got all the stuff for it. We asked him what the best food was, what the best bedding was, and he said not to do bark, simply because they could, like, chew on it and, like, end up choking on it, and we didn't want that. So we got the bedding that was really, like, comfortable and everything. That's not really important to the story. I just wanted to insert that. But yeah, so we got him the best food, the best bedding, and a good cage. We got him a good size cage. It was actually a guinea pig cage that we got him. We just wanted it to be big enough for him to live in. We didn't, because he was a teddy bear hamster, and those are kind of like the biggest hamsters that there are. I don't know if you guys know Jenna Marbles, but yeah, like her hamster Ad, yeah, he's a teddy bear hamster. So, we got him, and he ended up growing a little bit, so I'm glad that we got the guinea pig cage, because he would have never fit into the tubes that those hamster cages had. So yeah, we got him moved in, we got him all set up, and we had the cage all set up and everything. That was stressful, by the way. Setting up a guinea pig cage is so tough. Like, no one tells you that, but it's tough. So we did all that, we got all the bedding in, we got all the food ready, the water, and we put him in there, and we had him for about 2 months. So 5 months into our relationship, I get a call while I'm at work, and my boyfriend is, like, in tears. And I was like, what happened? And, like, earlier we had had an argument, but it wasn't that serious. It was just, like, a stupid argument about nothing, and I was like, okay, don't text me. I'm gonna be at work. So for him to call me, it was either for us to, like, make up, or it was something bad. And I just had that feeling. I was like, oh my God, what happened? So he tells me that he was playing with our hamster, and it bit him, so as a result, he threw it across the room. Threw this hamster across the room. And he said that it smacked the cage, started whimpering, and then all of a sudden stopped whimpering. And I was like, Brandon, I accidentally just said his name. It's okay. He probably won't. I was like, Brandon, what the hell? And he was like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I was like, you know what? Honestly, I don't want to hear it right now. I'm already angry at you. We'll figure out the shit with the hamster later. Sorry for my language. We'll figure out the stuff with the hamster later. And yeah, we'll move on. It'll be fine. Because I really didn't think that the hamster was, like, injured. I just thought, like, you know, that probably hurt a lot. And he was like, no, babe, we can't ignore this. Like, he's not even moving. Like, his back legs, like, they're not moving. He was like, he's just scooting everywhere. And I was like, oh my God. So I told him I would deal with it after work, because I still had to go to work and everything and make back all the money that I just spent on that freaking hamster. So I go by his house after work, and I look at the hamster, and his stomach is all purple from the waist down. Like, if hamsters had waists, like from here down was all purple. And I was like, oh my God. And he didn't seem like he was in any pain, but he was just scooting around, and he had absolutely no use of his back legs. Like, his back legs were dragging like that. And I knew that his back was broken. I knew it, because I don't know, I just knew. And so we weren't picking him up or anything, and I was like, okay, we will let this sit overnight and call me in the morning and tell me how he's doing, because I thought maybe it's just a pinched nerve and it would go away. I was wrong. So he calls me in the morning, and he's like, babe, the hamster's still, like, he's still not okay. Like, he's still dragging his legs and everything. And so I started calling around to vets, and scheduling appointments with like ones that weren't so expensive. It was still really expensive. Like it was like $100 for the visit. And so we went in, and I knew at this point that we were probably going to have to put him down. But the doctor kept us optimistic and was like, I know, it sounds crazy. We went to a hamster doctor, but like, I really care about animals, and I cared about, his name was Theo. I really cared about Theo, and I wanted him to live because we'd only had him for like 2 months. So we're at this doctor, and the doctor's trying to help us remain optimistic, and she was like, you know, he can live like this, theoretically. She's like, but you would have to empty his bladder every single day because he can't go himself. And as for him, like, going number 2, you'd have to give him, like, special pills, and he'd have to have a prescription, and blah, blah, blah. And it was just things that I could not afford. Like, I couldn't afford to keep this hamster alive as much as I wanted to. So, the cheapest option, which still was not cheap, it cost me $125 to put the hamster down. We had him put down, and we had, like, we couldn't afford, like, the cremation, so we had him, like, put in a box, and we ended up burying him. So we had, like, a burial ceremony, if you will. And yeah, so that was the time that my boyfriend killed my hamster. And yes, I'm still very bitter about it. And yes, that is part of the reason why we broke up, because he's so irresponsible that he can't even take care of a hamster or have a job. So, yeah, he and I are not on good terms right now, so it's probably not the best thing that I said his name, but he probably won't even watch this, so it's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm so glad I didn't get emotional. So yeah, subscribe, turn on push notifications, like this video, and let me know, like, you know, what you want to see more of, I guess. I don't know. I'm really only good at story times. I'm so sorry. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.